Hi, this is English 9-8 Credit 3, Lesson 5 for the performance task. So if you got to this part, you've read the text, you've done your mastery check, this is your last part of the packet. So I'm going to go over what you need to do. So this is worth 40 points of your overall grade. The prompt is, in Romeo and Juliet, the title characters fall in love and have many obstacles to overcome, ultimately leading to their tragic deaths. Their deaths unite the feuding families, however, make the ending both sweet and sorrowful. For your performance task, write a personal narrative in which you tell a story which happened to you or someone you know relating to the topic of love and sweet sorrow. The product on your right is to create a personal narrative that connects to one of the following topics: love as a fairy tale or fantasy, love as a loss or rejection, love as security, love as a positive or negative force, love as a roller coaster ride. So think of something that happened to you in regards to love in one of those areas, or someone that you know enough detail to write this performance task on, okay? At the bottom, in your personal narrative, be sure to include elements of the story, characters, conflict, setting, plot, and theme. So who's in that story? What tragedy did they face, you face? Where did this take place? And what was the theme? It should be one of the ones on the right, or a story that you want to convey to us, okay, or to your teacher. Dialogue, which means people talking, okay, so the quotations and everything like that. Description, so describe your story in detail. Give us details so we can really understand what you're trying to tell us. Reflection, kind of give an idea of what you think about that story now. A title that connects to the theme of your narrative, and so you give your story a title, and then the last thing is a conclusion that connects to the credits theme, sweet sorrow. So again, in Romeo and Juliet, it was sweet how their love was, but the sorrow came from, the ultimate tragedy of death and their families having to deal with that. There's a rubric attached, and I'll go show you where that is. But the next page is kind of your planning pages. So give ideas, use the brainstorm bubbles, and write in certain things that you might be able to write about. Okay, this is a chart to kind of outline what you're going to be saying. Give me the title of your essay, the topic, what is the purpose of this essay, or outline, and then this is just practice. First, what are you going to talk about? Next, what are you going to talk about? Last, what are you going to talk about? This, if you really plan this out, when you transfer it into typing it, it shouldn't be too hard, okay? And then this is just some tips about writing your rough draft. So one of the hints they give you is typing your rough draft will make it easier to edit and format for the final draft. That is up to you. If you prefer to write on paper, that's fine too. But here's some tips on theme, story structure, and style and tone. So read through them. They should help you with creating this performance task. And then the last thing is your editing checklist. Go through and make sure that you are editing your work for that final draft. This is how your teacher is going to expect your paper to look, and the final draft guidelines. So take a look at this when you go in to type your essay. This page you do need to do is your credit closer. You can pick any one of those questions from the box, write it on the question number, and answer it in the box, okay? These pages are for your teacher. This is the rubric, and this is the scoring guide, okay? So make sure you look through this to get as